Blog Talk Radio.
You are listening to Shriekfest Radio.
Hello, and welcome to Shriekfest Radio. This is Denise Gossett, the festival founder and director, and your hostess for the day. Shriekfest Radio has been on the air for 8 years now. This is show number 205. And Shriekfest LA is celebrating its 20th year this year, October 1st to the 4th. Mark your calendars. And Shriekfest Orlando will be celebrating its 4th year, November 7th. So mark your calendars. Make sure you attend, even if you don't have a film this year, because you will see some amazing films, meet some wonderful people. And we're going to be doing some exciting things for our 20th year. So let's see, our website is shriekfest.com. We're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Come give us a like and a follow. We'd really appreciate that. Our next Shriekfest Presents is March 13th, Friday, March 13th at midnight at the New Art, and it's Child's Play 2. Very excited about that. We're going to have some special guests and Q&A. Every month or so we like to do a classic horror screening, and that's what we call Shriekfest Presents. So definitely check it out. They're a lot of fun. We give away amazing prizes, like signed scripts from the directors, writers, etc., on and on. So definitely check those out. Our newsletter can be signed up for on our website. The next cutoff date for submissions is May. Is it May? Yeah, it's May 1st. So we got a little ways to go still, but you want to be working on those and getting them in because the time will be here before you know it. We accept shorts, feature films, shorts, feature scripts, and music videos, all in the genres of horror, thriller, sci-fi, fantasy. Our call-in number today, if you have a question for myself or my guest, is 516-531-9858. 516-531-9858. And if you have a question and you'd rather not be on the air, you can always email at shriekfest.com or at Shriekfest on Twitter, and I will periodically glance at those and get your questions answered. Super excited about my guest today. She is an actress, a director, a writer. She is known for Black Sails, NCIS, and she was the star of 2019 Shriekfest Best Horror Short Film, Overkill. Amy Letcher, welcome to Shriekfest Radio. How are you?
Hi, I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing really good. Good to hear your voice.
And yours. I haven't heard it in about, when was the festival? A couple of weeks, a month. Months.
October. It's been way too long. But so wonderful things are happening for Overkill, and I cannot wait to talk to you about all of it. But first thing I want to know, how did you get into this industry? Like, what drew you to wanting to be in this wild and crazy industry?
Wow, this wild and crazy industry that is the film industry. It's so funny. So I was born and raised in South Africa in the middle of nowhere, tiny little town. People in South Africa haven't even heard of it. But for whatever reason, and no one in my family's in the industry. Nobody. There was no growing up. Oh, my parents were on stage. It's no, my dad's a doctor, my mom's a nurse. So it was very random. But for whatever reason, I just came out of the womb wanting to be an actress. And I'm pretty sure that my poor parents thought that I was absolutely insane. But they were incredibly supportive, which I'm very grateful for. And my mom searched high and low for, drama classes and community theater and anything that we could do. I ended up going to film school in South Africa and then transferring over here to Los Angeles. But, I don't know. I don't know what it was. The bug just caught me when I was very little and wouldn't let go.
Wow. And you don't have any family members that were in it that kind of sparked the bug?
None. No. I mean,
wow.
My family's very... My my mom always jokes that my dad always jokes that my mom is very dramatic, which she's not going to thank me for saying that. But my family's like very creative, but none of them do this professionally. You know, it was always like, oh, we sing and we enjoy a good story, but nobody in the industry. No.
Wow, that's kind of like me. I'm an actor, and not one person in both sides of the family is in the entertainment industry in any way, which kind of makes it harder, but also very interesting because they all think it's pretty cool.
It's true, and I do feel very lucky that they were so supportive, because they could so easily have said, you know, you live in the farmlands in South Africa. What are you going to do? Like, where are you going to find a stage? But they were incredibly encouraging, and it's actually, it's because of them that I'm able to do it. So, yeah,
I love
grateful.
that. I love that. It always breaks my heart when I meet people whose family isn't supportive of what they love and want to do.
Yeah, especially because I honestly wouldn't physically be able to do this, but I also just wouldn't be able to, emotionally and mentally handle it without the support of my family. I have so much respect for people who are going it alone, because I think that they're so incredibly strong. But it is sad, you want it to be a family affair. Right,
exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, Overkill. How did you get involved with Overkill? It's such a fun short. I love it.
It is. It really is. Gosh, what a journey. So I did a film, when was it, like 4 or 5 years ago? Mm-hmm. And Alex Montia, who is our fabulous director of Overkill, who you know very well, he happened to see this film. I think he was friends with the man who directed this film, and so got in touch with me and said, would you be interested in auditioning for this film? But this was like years ago. This was like in 2016, maybe end of 2015. It was a while ago.
Wow.
And so we kind of, and I at the time was in the process of moving back to South Africa to go and work over there for a year. I know. So it was like, yes, but bye. Anyway, we stayed in touch. He sent me scripts, and I auditioned via self-tape. Oh, so Alex is actually listening right now, and he is he's standing by to correct anything that I say that's not true. It was actually 2014 when he first spoke to me about this film, so it was a while.
Wow.
Yeah, and anyway, I went back to South Africa, but I auditioned via self-tape, send me script revisions, we kind of kept in contact, and then when I moved back to LA in 2017, we shot the film. So it was like a real little journey, but we got there.
I love that, because so many people think you write your script and then you just do it. No. Even a short film takes years to get out there. And it will still be probably years where you guys are just still promoting and pushing it and everything. It's a long process.
It really is. And I think it's been so cool to see, you mentioned that it's gone to a number of different festivals, and it's doing really well. It's winning awards. And I think as someone who, I really didn't do any of the heavy lifting, but it's so encouraging to see how well it's doing, because I did see how much Alex put into this, and how he's just like poured his heart and soul into it, and made a really beautiful film. And so to see him kind of winning these awards and getting these, such well-deserved recognition for it, it's just really gratifying.
Yeah, no, he definitely worked hard. He's Alex, we love you. We know you're listening. But no, it's been really great. And I think it's amazing that he kept in touch and that whole thing happened, and then when you came back, you were able to do it. That's really exciting. Now, what drew you to this role? Because it's kind of a wild and a part two of this question, are you a horror fan?
Oh, gosh. So I am actually guilty, because I'm not a horror fan at all.
Click. We got to turn this radio up. No, I'm kidding.
You're like, interview done. Well, it's not at all, because I have so much respect for the horror genre, because I think it's something that's so difficult to actually get right, because people think it's just like screaming and dying, but it's so much more than that. So I have a lot of respect for the genre, but the truth is that I'm just an absolute wimp, and I don't do very well. I was like terrified of the dark. I still kind of am. So I am very affected by horror films, and so I don't tend to watch a lot of them. So when Alex first spoke to me about the script, I was a little bit nervous because I remember thinking, oh gosh, it's a horror. But then, he sent me the script and he kind of explained that it's actually a horror comedy, and it's such a fun script, and I think that's what really drew me to it. I know Alex is listening, but genuinely, I love comedy, but there are very few scripts I read that will actually make me laugh out loud.
I know, right?
Right? It's so, not to be a comedy snob, but I remember sitting down to read Overkill for the first time, and I was actually laughing out loud. I was LOLing. I was in real time laughing out loud, and I think that was the moment that I was like, oh, I have to be a part of this. It's just too fun.
Yeah, it really is. And you are amazing in it and hilarious. And let me tell everyone else, no accent. So was that difficult to pull off an American accent?
It wasn't, but I think it's because, like I said, I've been wanting to do this from when I was tiny. So I would just sit in front of the TV and copy people speaking in an American accent. So it's something that I kind of grew up doing. And also the conservatory that I went to in Los Angeles, one of the things that all of the foreign students have to go to accent training classes to learn how to speak in American. So it was easy, but still fun.
Yeah. Okay. So the audition was via tape. How do you feel about self-tapes, and do you have any tips for people out there starting to do it? Because I know it's like taking over the industry, and I have so many actor friends that refuse to accept it. I'm like, you better just get it down now, because it is here.
It is. It's here, and it's here to stay, especially because things are shooting all over the world now. So your producers are like in Canada and Atlanta and, overseas, and they can't fly to Los Angeles to watch all the auditions. I actually don't mind self-taping. One word of advice would just be to really think about the person that's reading with you, because so I did my audition while I was in South Africa and had no one to read with me except my mom, and my mom is fabulous. She is wonderful, but she has a very strong South African accent, and it's really quite jarring now to go back and watch the audition because the full American horror mode, and then there's my mom in the background like, oh no, don't run, come back, and you're like, oh no.
We love you, Mom. It's okay, we love you.
We love you, Mom. No, I mean, she did a fantastic job, but so I'm pretty sure Alex had a good chuckle when he heard that self-tape. But so I guess it's just all the technical things, I think. They really do matter. Make sure your lighting is good. Make sure your sound is good. Make sure you have an actual reader with you. A lot of people, myself included, make the mistake of trying to tape yourself saying the other person's lines, and then you just try to awkwardly time it so you get your lines in.
Oh,
it doesn't
I know,
work.
that's impossible.
Don't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's only in an absolute pinch.
Yes. And even then, there are some incredible apps that you can download where there are people who can read with you. It's like a whole, because the self-taping is getting so big, it's like a whole thing these days. So there are definitely options. There are also incredible self-tape studios in LA. There's one that I always use. I won't do a little promo for them, but there's some really great studios out there.
Yes. Yeah, you just have to look around, but definitely get comfortable with it, everyone out there, because it is here to stay. Matter of fact, I think it's going to get worse. I have had auditions for commercials where they say self-tape.
What?
Yes, so be prepared. And boy, is that weird, because you don't have a casting director there saying, okay, try this way now.
Yes. And commercial auditions are so strange, just in and of themselves. It's like, okay, now pretend you have gold beams shooting out of your eyes, and you're like, oh, okay.
Do that. So it is bizarre for sure. And I was just like, oh my lordy. And what I hate about self-taping is you can't get the direction, and so they can't redirect, and so you're basically just doing your best and hoping it was the right choice, and hoping they even watch it, because you never know nowadays.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Yeah. I think there are so many pros and cons to kind of both in person and self taping. The one thing that is great with self taping is that if you really mess it up, you get to do it again.
Start again.
which is great. Yeah, it's like a slightly more controlled environment for you as an actor. You get to choose who you read with. You know the situation that you're walking into. So that's great. But it is a bit tough because there is something about that in-person meeting, someone actually being able to get your vibe when you walk into the room. That's the mission. So you can charm them. Yeah.
So how do you prepare for a role? Like, okay, let's say you just found out you booked. How do you start preparing? Let's pull Overkill back in. How did you prepare for that role?
I just drew on the many nights that I'd run through the woods screaming from a serial killer.
No wonder he cast you. You've already done this.
No wonder. I know. The role wrote itself. I think. So I do classes with an incredible actor named Mark Doherty, and I hope that I pronounced that right. That sounded really American when I said it too. Mark Doherty. Anyway, he is incredible. And so often if it's an audition where it's like a series regular or a lead or something that, it's the kind of thing that's like weighty, it's really juicy, there's a lot of pages to it, I'll often go in and work with him on it because he's just fabulous. But a lot of what we do has to do with, identifying, to use all the actory words, but identifying objectives and what your obstacles are and what's at stake here. And then also just looking at the specifics, I think it's really easy to get super excited about a role and not fully read through the casting brief. And there have been too many times where my agent has come back and said, Amy, you didn't read the brief. So I've learned that you have to go, just the little things that are so easy to miss. So I've learned now that you have to really comb through it with a fine-tooth comb and take note of everything that they say, because casting directors really are on your side and they're trying to give you everything that you need. And so look at the choice of adjectives that they use. Sometimes they'll even put very specific wardrobe requests in there. Stick to it. Even if it's not your color, just wear the green shirt because they're asking you that for a reason. So I think it has a mix of technical and the sort of more emotional actory things in there. Yeah.
And especially with self-taping, because every casting director has a different thing that they want. And I know specifically that if you do not do exactly what they ask, they don't send your tape on. No, and for good reason. They have really good reasons for the requests that they make most of the time. Yep. And there's something that you might not know that, that's behind what they're asking for. And so sometimes it's like, well, I can't send this tape on it. I want to, but I can't, right. So, yeah. Pay attention to the details. I'm sorry, what? Oh, I was just saying pay attention to the details. Yes, the details. That's also a good tip for filmmakers and screenwriters that get in Shriekfest. Please pay attention to the details. All right, I'm done with my PSA. Describe your daily life. What's the daily life of an actor? What do you do? I don't know. Do you have a day job? What do you do as an actor to feel like an actor, that you're actually moving forward? I think wow, that's such a good question. It's so different for everyone. I am here on a specific type of visa that is only for acting. So I think my day-to-day is a little bit different because I'm only legally allowed to be here for acting, which is great. But yeah, it has a lot to do with, I have honestly the world's best agent and manager. They are phenomenal agents, I should say, because I have a commercial agent too, and she's wonderful. And so a lot of it has to do with, talking to them, making sure that they have everything that they need, them sending me auditions, because they honestly work harder than anyone that I know ever. And so they're constantly sending me things to look at, things to read, things to prep for. And yeah, it's just doing the prep work, going to classes, making sure everything is up to date, and trying not to go crazy. I know, right? Until the next one comes, you have to figure out a way to not go crazy. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I guess also just life experiences. I had an acting lecturer who said to me once that,
you can't be a good actor if you're not a good person, which I think that there are exceptions to every rule. But I think what he was saying is the fuller life you live and the fuller you are as a human, the better your acting will be. So I guess just like, taking classes that aren't acting classes to kind of work on different skills and trying to make sure that you're just a well-rounded, healthy, happy human being.
Yes, excellent advice, because I remember when I started out, like, I didn't want to take vacations. I didn't want to do anything that could possibly take me away from a potential audition or role. And what that does to you is you become not a well-rounded person. You need to get away and take those breaks and see your family and just enjoy life, because when you come back, you're going to come back so strong.
Yeah. It's so true. It is. It's very true. And it's so important to have people around you who understand that and support and encourage that, and can also kind of check you and call you out on it when they're like, I don't think like spending a week in Barbados is really critical to your mental health right now. On the flip side.
Sure it is. Sure it is.
Yeah. It always is.
I'm prepping for my next role. I can see it now.
Yeah. In Barbados. I'm envisioning it. I'm going to bring it into being.
Right, but exactly. I am manifesting.
Manifesting. Have them there to say, go for it, and you need it, and do it, and we support it. Yeah. Yes.
Amy, what are you working on right now? Are you in auditioning mode, or do you have something lined up?
Definitely. So at the moment, in full auditioning mode. Pilot season is go, 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 go.
Yes.
So mostly just, different auditions, seeing what's out there, which has been really exciting. There's a lot out there.
Yeah, I know, right? There's so many avenues now for content. It's wonderful for actors.
It's true. It really is. I'm also working on a sorry. Alex is texting me. And reminding me, I didn't forget, Alex, I promise. So Alex and I are actually working on another film at the moment, which is really exciting, really fantastic. It's another creation from the genius mind that is Alex Montia. He's really, really funny. He's a really funny human being. So he's got another script lined up. It's not horror. I hope it's at the moment it's not horror. Who knows? Maybe we'll go back down that avenue.
Alex, you need to throw in some sci-fi horror or thriller or something. Come on, buddy. But how exciting. So is it a short as well?
It's another short, and it's kind of like our take on films in the vein of The Bachelorette and Ghost Weekend. Is that what it was called? So it's really fun. Alex is throwing in his 2 cents about his perfect bachelorette party, so I think it'll be.
Oh, it might turn horror. I feel it.
It may.
I have faith.
There is always hope.
All right. So, where can people find you? Do you have a website, or which social media are you on? Tell me everything.
Thank you. Oh my goodness. I feel this has been such a one-sided conversation, which I know it's supposed to be, but I feel like I need to ask you questions. And how are you doing?
No. Trust me, everyone knows everything about me. I put it out there all the time. This is about you, my dear.
Thank you. That's so kind. So I do have a website. It's amyletcher.com. If you, I think on your website where people will find this interview, it has my name there. So it's literally just myname.com. But I'm also on IMDb and on Instagram. I should be on Twitter. I am, but I'm not good at it.
Yeah, you know what? You have homework, Amy. I was waiting for something that I could assign to you. Yes, your homework is you must, sometime this week, tweet something to me so I know that you did your homework, and I want to see you on there more often, because seriously, that is the place to be to collect your fans. Yeah. And you're going to have fans, so do it.
Thank you. Okay, I shall.
Now, are you on Facebook, Instagram? Are you on Facebook or Instagram?
my Facebook is my name as well, keeping it simple.
Okay.
And my Instagram and my Twitter are actually the same, and it's just Letcher, so my last name, Letcher, Letcher, hair down. Just a little play on words there, you know.
Excellent. I love that. I will put your website on here in the bio so that people can find you easily. Let's see, what else? So we have like 4 minutes.
Okay.
What roles are you attracted to? Just like, what is a role, like a dream role? Are you listening, Alex? She's about to talk.
Alex, get writing. Listen. Oh my gosh, I am an avid reader, and so a lot of my and my 2 favorite genres are sci-fi and fantasy, and so and now horror as well. That's
Yes. We converted her.
You got it. So a lot of the and I also love historical fiction. So a lot of the roles that are sort of my dream roles are books that I've read that are either being turned into films or TV series, or hopefully one day will. So, you know, things like Lord of the Rings, or there's a book called The Nightingale, which I think is being turned into a film at the moment.
I think so too.
Yeah, just really great. Just basically, obviously, young women, because that is what I am. But I think I love characters that are slightly grittier and very determined and maybe slightly feisty. I do parkour. I did sword fighting for a while and stage and screen combat. So I really enjoy things that use those skills. So
I love it.
Those would probably be like my dream role, you know.
That's awesome. You know what? I could also see you doing period pieces.
Thank you. Yes, the British accent comes in handy. Yeah, I would love to do some period pieces. I love historical fiction, or just anything historical. So that's definitely a dream as well.
So you've done acting, directing, writing. Which one do you feel like is the main hat?
Oh, the main hat is definitely acting. That is the first love, and I think will always be the first love. I love writing, but more of like novel writing than script writing. So, yeah. So no competition there, Alex. Yeah. So I do. I really love that, but acting is, I don't know. There's just something about it that's so addictive, and I think for the rest of my life that will be my love.
I agree. All right, where's Overkill now? I know you guys are overkilling with all the awards, so where is it now? What's happening?
Thank you. So we just went to Jellyfest, and I think we won, and in fact I know we won an award there, which is amazing. And Alex just let us know. So we just got into the San Diego Latino Film Festival.
Excellent.
Which is screening Sunday, March 15th, which is amazing. And then we also got into a film festival in Sydney, Australia. So if anybody is in Australia,
excellent.
We're in the Night of Horror International Film Festival. So, lots of really, really exciting things.
Oh, this is all wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations. Thank you so much for coming on the show. This has been a delight. I hardly ever have actors on, so this was super fun.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun to chat to you as an actor. You're asking such amazing questions.
Oh, good.
Oh, I'm sorry, and I also need to let you know we're in the Phoenix Film Festival as well, which is also in March.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
So you got some big ones coming up. Super exciting.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Anything you want promoted, because I know you're going to go on Twitter and you're going to tag me. So anything you need promoted, just tag Shriekfest or Denise Gossett, and I will help promote, and this way I can know you did your homework.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Shriekfest is my first ever horror festival, horror festival in general. So
yay!
You guys were the introduction to this world.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Amy, and you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Thanks so much, Denise. You too.
You're welcome. Have a great one.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
You are listening to Shriekfest Radio.
That was awesome, Amy. Rocks. Guys, like I always say every week, write down your goals. They aren't real goals unless you write them down. Pursue those dreams. Pursue. You gotta. Otherwise, the year's going to go by and you're going to be filled with regret. So just do it. All right. See you next time.